The Thinning. It's a YouTube Red original movie, and I feel guilty for saying this and a little bit embarrassed, but I enjoyed it. I mean, obviously it didn't have the biggest budget and the acting is pretty stale, but I enjoyed the plot, I enjoyed the idea of the movie, and I thought it was pretty entertaining. It was raining and there was like nothing to watch, and I was looking for something to watch, and it looked interesting to me. It's kind of like a bunch of Hunger Games. It's set in a dystopian future where overpopulation is a big problem in the world, so the countries get together and decide each country needs to reduce their population by 5%. So the way America takes care of this is they make all their kids between 1st grade and 12th grade take a test every year, and the bottom, I guess, 5% get eliminated. And by eliminated, they pretty much mean you're done. Like, they take you away forcefully and everybody's screaming and freaking out and you're done. So I mean, it's pretty intense. It's like, you know, serious business. And the schools are kind of become like prisons, and they have like these high security guards and stuff that keep you contained in the school and make sure, you know, everyone's there to take the test and no funny business happens. So I actually kind of enjoyed this movie. The acting left a lot to be desired. It was pretty like shallow acting, and I'd never heard of Logan Paul until I saw this movie. Now I can't stop seeing him everywhere. I had never seen him on Vine or YouTube before, but now it's like I see him everywhere since I've seen this movie. And I mean, he did an okay job, you know, carrying as the main character. I don't know. It was kind of good. I know they left it open at the end for a sequel, so I'm kind of hoping there'll be a part 2. Maybe they can call it The Fattening, where everybody escapes. Oh, spoiler alert. Our main character gets accused of failing the test because, of course, there is some favoritism amongst certain kids. You know, their parents have money or influence, and, you know, they're automatically made to pass the test, and instead they fail other kids that really didn't fail the test, and they get thinned instead. So that happens to the girl in the movie. I can't even remember her name, the character's name, but that's what happens to the main girl character. So Logan Paul plays the son of the governor, and he thinks the thinning is wrong, and because his girlfriend got thinned the year before, I guess she wasn't too bright, and he now thinks that, you know, he wants to prove a point, so he purposely fails the test to prove to his dad to try to make his dad come around and try to get rid of this whole system. But of course the dad calls in a favor and Logan Paul's life is saved, and instead this girl is gonna be put to be thinned. And so that's how the whole thing gets started. It got a little bit thick in the middle, like a little bit boring and repetitive. And it also seemed at times that some of the scenes they were using like over and over. Like they have a shot of a hallway or something, and it's like they kept repeating that shot instead of like different shots. It seemed like they were reusing footage or something to be on different parts of the movie, which was like, it got kind of boring because everything started to look the same. There was like this red light blinking, and it just all kind of looked the same for a while. And there was a lot of like chicken with their head cut off running around by the characters that just really didn't have any direction. And so it got a little boring in the middle, but, you know, I wanted to see how it ended. Of course, we find out that all these kids we think of them being killed every year are really like slaves for the test maker in some secret location. Logan Paul's character, you know, gets sent there. He thinks he's gonna die, but they really give you this shot that just knocks you out, and then you wake up and you're like a slave for this company. So all these kids are working, and he sees this girlfriend, of course, and then it just kind of ends right there. So it's obviously open for a part 2, which I'll be interested to see. I like this movie. I would definitely watch like a sequel to this movie, and I know it was terrible, but I don't know. I don't get it. I enjoyed it, and I would watch more by YouTube Red if they had more like that. I would probably watch them too. They're like rainy day movies or whatever. I'd probably be mad if I went to the movies to go see it, but since I already have YouTube Red and it's, you know, for free in there, I think it was decent. It was decent. I mean, some of the things didn't make sense, like how she was so easily like able to get around all these security and everything like that. Like, it was a little too easy. How many times I said like? It was just a little too easy for the characters to, like, there should have been a little bit more of conflict in there, because it was a little bit easy for the characters to manipulate the security guards, and just like how Logan Paul just beat up every security guard easily, and they didn't have any weapons to use, or I don't know, tasers or whatever futuristic weapons they had. And how could there not be like cameras in the main room where they were? It was just, a lot of it was like, really? That's a stretch. Also, I didn't like how the main character, her like best guy friend, he like pretty much saved the day and saved her life, and he didn't really get much credit in the end and stuff, and they just kind of left it, like she just kind of walked out like nothing had happened. And you would think more, since they turned everything upside down, that it would have been more of a grand ending. I wasn't gonna do a review on this movie. I was just gonna, you know, watch it and enjoy it. But I don't know, I was thinking about it and I thought, let me show this movie some love, because a lot of people are hating on it, and I just wanted to say what I enjoyed about it. And I know it was not the best movie, but I did enjoy the plot, the storyline. I thought it was a unique take, and it entertained me. Isn't that what a movie's supposed to do, is entertain you? Even if it's kind of crappy, like even if you can see through some of the plot, or you know, there's some holes here and there, or the acting isn't that great, if it entertains you in the end, then you got to give it some credit. And this movie entertained me. I did get a little bored, like I said, in the middle, but I was thoroughly entertained, and I was wrapped up in it till the end. So if it can entertain me like that, then I got to give it some credit, that it was a pretty decent movie. I think YouTube could have done better, maybe picking different actors or something, but it entertained me. What can I say? I gotta give this movie, like, out of 5, I'll give it a 3, because I felt I enjoyed it. Okay? Alright, I just admit it. Now, I don't know if I'm gonna get hate in the comments or something, but I think it was pretty decent. Again, this has nothing to do with Logan Paul, because I had no idea who this kid was before I saw this movie. I'd never seen him before in my life. And I have been around the internet. I'm not like, don't exist on the internet, but I don't know, just never came across my radar. So now I keep seeing him everywhere, especially since VidCon, and I don't know, some whole thing happened, and then I'm mixing all the things together, because there was the whole Christian, oh, what was his name? Christian, I can't remember that kid's name. The Instagram kid that was terrible to the security guard, which is awful. He's a mean boy. But gotta feel bad for him too, because he is that way. I was watching a video that Fun for Lewis made, and he had the security guard in it, and the 2 security guards that this Christian kid was going after, and even the security guard was saying, you know, to not be so hard on the kid and stuff, which I think was real compassionate of him, because man, that kid was mean. I kept getting those videos all intertwined, like I had no idea who these people are. Apparently this Logan Paul is a big deal, all the little 12-year-old girls or whatever, the whole VidCon business. I wish I could have gone to VidCon. I didn't have the money, because I'd have to fly out there and everything. I'm able to go to Playlist Live though, because I live in Florida, so that's pretty cool, but I wasn't able to go to VidCon. Maybe next year I can go and see all this craziness that happens. Anyways, I'm here to talk about the movie The Thinning. So thanks for watching my review on The Thinning. This is Jen Adventures TV, and I hope to see you another day for another video. Okay.